Listen, when God's judgment falls, it issues forth from His holiness, the overwhelming sense of His glory. And we also see here, it's irreversible. When God's judgment falls, it's absolutely certain. That's what it means when it says, and no one was able to enter the temple until the 7 plagues of the 7 angels were finished. Meaning at this point, there's no more intercession. Meaning at this point, there's no mercy. At this point, there's no more room for grace. You need to understand this morning that God's invitation to grace is not open-ended. At some point, the invitation is closed. And when God closes the door on His invitation, you remember, just as He did with the ark, which was a picture of God's salvation, He closed the door. And there was no more opportunity for salvation. So it will be at this moment, when God closes the door, there's no more opportunity. In fact, the picture here, as I read this, if I'm reading it correctly, it almost appears that at the end, there will be people who have the realization that I need to cry out to God. But they can't. They come to the realization too late. It's a good reminder. There's no invitation to the gospel at the gates of hell. They come to the realization they can't enter into the presence of God. And so what do? They cry out to nature. You remember we looked at this. They cry out for the mountains to fall on them and to hide them from the wrath of the Lamb. And people wonder why. Why are we so bold? Why are we so fervent about a gospel mission? Why do we send missionaries to difficult and faraway places? We send them there because we believe this with all of our heart. That if people do not hear the good news of Jesus Christ and they do not respond to His gospel invitation, they will face God's wrath and eternal judgment in hell. And that's a sobering thought.